guys, welcome to my vlog. This is your host Pops G, and I'm here at AAB World Igala, and I'm gonna have to give you our featured item of the day, which is the Sony A6400. And I'm gonna have to give you why this is the best vlogging camera of all Sony cameras. So do stand by, and I will be back with more to give you more of the specs and features of the Sony Alpha A6400. Don't go away. Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog, and like I said earlier, I will give you the specs and of course what are the other features or the best features of the Sony A6400, and then why is it the best vlogging camera from Sony. Actually guys, this is actually the best options for vlogging because you know why. This is good for quality videos, 4K, and it's very compact, very light, and you have it all in one package. First, I'm gonna have to give you the specs. So it's 24.2 megapixel camera, and it has an APS-C CMOS sensor. So this is one of the best sensor that was made by Sony. So it's most common that you see this type of sensor in Sony Alpha models. And of course, it's 24.2 megapixels. So what do you expect? It's going to be better for still shots. And other than that, of course, you're going to take pictures from, even though it's a crop sensor, but still you can get good clear shots and fine shots for RAW and JPEG if you do photography other than, of course, than vlogging. And of course, it has a better ISO to ISO 100 to 32,000. The numbers of ISO it has, it gives you good exposure to, you know, low light, night scene, and daylight. And of course, as we all know, the higher the ISO setting, the better in darker scene and faster shutter speed. You know, it's gonna freeze the movement of your subject. So that's the good thing about the Sony A6400. So it has higher ISO. And of course, by the way, the processor that has been used to Sony Alpha A6400 is what we call the Sony Bionz X, the latest well-known processor of Sony, made by Sony, and it can process quality images. Also, it has 11 frames per second. That gives you the better shot, clear shot while your subject is moving. It also has what we call the real-time eye autofocus, and also has an automatic, or what we call the autofocus tracking. It's a live tracking, so while you're taking a video, you will see both. There's the eye autofocus, and there's also has tracking for your subject. So if you just focus it will gonna track your subject as well. Okay, and the battery itself has 1020 milliampere of battery. So you, for example, if you're gonna take 4K video in a 25p frames per second, it will take 1 hour and 22 minutes continuous viewing or continuous recording. It's also going to take, in one charging, 410 shots, still photos. So it's going to be a lot. If you have a memory card, if you have, especially when you have a memory card that has a fast reading and writing, so 410 shots you will get for this camera in one single charge of the batteries. And of course, the most important thing about this one is that the battery itself, or the device itself, you can actually charge it directly to the device. So if you're on the go, and then for example you're just shooting a 4K video mode, and then your battery indicator shows that you're already going low battery, so you can just plug in your micro USB. It's a micro USB charging port, and you plug it to your power bank. We probably suggest 10,000 milliampere or higher, because somehow, other than it can support the charging or the type of battery that you're using, the capacity of the battery that it has, it can also charge more than one time. Next thing is that it has a flip up 180-degree OLED touchscreen display, full color OLED touchscreen display. And as you can see over here, it can tilt, and of course it's a touchscreen, so any settings that you would like to adjust, you can just tap it over here and then get to the settings itself while you're doing shooting. Or other than that, probably you're just taking pictures of it and you want to do a selfie mode. That's how the screen will tilt, or you can see it directly to the screen. Yep, and then of course the screen itself is the touch screen, like I said earlier. Now the advantage of it is that once you see the subject, once you see your subject on the screen, you can actually touch it to focus on your subject. Other than looking on the viewfinder, just touch it and you will see it's going to focus on your subject. Yep, that's the good thing about it. Now, of course, it has also an HDMI out and of course a microphone input. Other than, of course, like I said earlier, you can charge it using a power bank. Yep, if you do vlogging, I'm sure you might gonna need a microphone, of course. So you have to plug in a microphone to amplify your voice. So this is the jack, or 2.5mm jack, to attach to your microphone. Plug it over here, and then of course you can just dock your microphone here, or if you have a cage, you can just dock the microphone on the cage, or anything that has like what we call the relocation mount. Later on, I'm gonna have to give you the accessories that you could use for this device, especially when you do vlogging. So we're gonna have to assemble a kit, or a vlogging kit. And also it has a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and NFC function. It has a wireless control, so it says Wi-Fi control directly to your mobile phone. So if you download the application called Image Edge, or Imaging Edge from Sony application, you will find that you can connect this when you activate the Wi-Fi function. You will see the video how I connect it to my mobile phone and how I'm doing control, how I'm in control with A6400 from my mobile phone, or to my mobile phone as well. Yeah, that's a good thing. It has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and NFC enabled. Of course, it has what we call the 425 face detection, or contrast detection. So when you take pictures, let's just say a good scene or a good view on a landscape mode, or even a portrait mode, 84% of the image is being covered with the points, or what we call the shooting points. This actually has a magnesium alloy body, tough case, or tough structure, tough body, and of course with the sealed buttons and dials to repel dust and moisture. So even if you're outside, all of this buttons over here is actually sealed, not to get inside and not to get the dust inside. So it can shoot 4K high quality resolution from 24 to 60 frames per second. So considering that you're gonna have to shoot a video where subject is moving, or even if the scene is actually quite dark and everything, it still gives you a very clear shot, or very clear result. Yep, you had the options of having shooting mode from slow motion, time lapse, and HDR on a full 4K and 1080p full HD until 120 frames per second. By the way, from 1080p full HD, it's gonna give you 120 frames per second. But if it's gonna be in 4K, it's gonna be 24 to 60 frames per second. So still gives you the most outstanding shot. That's how good it is with this Sony A6400. And then why is it the best vlogging kit, or best vlogging camera from Sony? Meaning it can continuously shot video from 1 hour and 22 minutes, or 1 hour and 22 minutes in one single charging while you're doing your vlogging. So it gives you more time to vlog, more time to use your camera, and of course the most versatile type of camera, crop sensor camera you will ever find from Sony. I'm gonna have to go back with some of the accessories that I will be attaching, or I will be using with it for your vlogging kit, or some accessories that you will need when you travel outside doing some vlog and everything. I'll be back for more, so don't go away. And there you have it, guys. You have seen our featured item of the day, which is from Sony Alpha A6400. And why is it the best vlogging camera from Sony? You know why it is. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel, Pops G, and of course, don't forget to check our website as well for more of our items here at AAB World, www.aabworld.com. Follow our Instagram account to find more promotions and bundles, hashtag AAB World. Also our Twitter account, which is at AAB World. Again, guys, see you again in my next vlog, and goodbye.